What's up, guys? This is FGU Reviews Reacts. We're going to go into a little reaction / analysis of the new Gears of War 4 trailer, which released last night. So we took a day to kind of ponder on it, and this is what we have to say about it.
I took a couple of hours, actually.
Okay.
It wasn't really a full day.
Oh, okay.
It actually... I know we have differing opinions on Gears of War because you are a pretty big fan of Gears of War. I'm a pretty not big fan of Gears of War. I think it's okay. Like, as a series, it's okay. The mechanics are really good. I think the story's kind of... I don't know. It never sat well with me. It never sat comfortably with me because I'm like, we're kind of the bad guys.
Yeah.
But when the first trailer came out a long time ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago. With the Mad World theme. It got me kind of excited because I was like, is this like supposed to be like a super dark, like dour, hopeless, like shooter? And
the first one is.
It is.
But then they kind of branched away from that. 2-3 Judgment. And they've said, like, time and time again now they're wanting to go back to that dark kind of...
hope. It felt really hopeless, and that's what I liked about it. It felt like it was like the last pushback before utter annihilation. And I was like, I like that. I like that feel, and I hope that this new one has a similar feel, because the other ones, the trailers, they didn't have like a sad song or anything. They were like, it was just like showing all this action and like running and gunning and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, not really my thing.
Yeah, it kind of made you realize how far from that original timeline they kind of stranded from, but everything they've released so far about this is so interesting. There's something really cool about kind of echoing the first one exactly 10 years later, which is really cool to me. And Gears of War 4 will release like 10 years to the day that the original Gears of War came out.
That's really cool.
And it just brings back so many cool memories. I remember the first time seeing that Mad World trailer and just thought, like, nothing else is like this. Nobody's doing stuff like this for marketing their game. And I just thought they did a really good job with that back then. And even now, it's like that same kind of feel, but, modern. And it surprisingly fleshed out a lot.
Yeah.
Because... couple weeks before they did this, they announced, like, story details and everything like that, and basically you play as JD, which is Marcus Phoenix's son from the first game, and you see him in this trailer, and it's supposed to take place like 25 years after Gears of War 3, and at the end of Gears of War 3, the main enemies, the Locusts, they're wiped out for good. So there's a lot of questions about 4, and now this is starting to, like, smartly answer them, and clearly Marcus Phoenix will be in the game in some way, shape, or form. There's speculation as to whether or not the woman, the mom in the trailer, is Anya, the woman who's navigating you in the first one, and eventually I heard that in the books, apparently she's infertile, she can't have kids, so it might not be her, but it's hard telling. Maybe they pull the Star Wars and say the books don't matter.
I was gonna say books, especially like books have a loose canonicity in video games at best, as is seen in the Halo franchise. Because the Halo books, everyone was like, "These are awesome." Whenever we were in like middle school, everyone was reading them like, "This shit's rad," and then there's like, "No, that actually happened." It's basically fan fiction. So
yeah, to an extent, and. The cool thing that they go back to with Gears of War, and the thing I've always seen in it, is it masks itself as this big macho man, like goofy, like tongue-in-cheek, just action drama, but it's like that friend that you have that's like hilarious, nobody takes seriously, but on the insides actually has a lot going on, and like behind the curtains there's a lot of dark and like sad shit that's going on, and it seems like that's going to carry on to this, which is really cool to me. It takes place over like one full day is what the story says. It takes place over just a day and a night cycle. Like it's it literally sounds
really
like a
interesting.
kind of like a horror flick, like a Night in the Woods, basically is
That's
what it's supposed
really
to be.
interesting. I like that.
And in the trailer, you see like the crazy weather and everything. That's supposed to be a big part in the game. Like
Okay.
weather affecting your surroundings, and
That's really cool.
the enemies, by the way, look really scary, like the Locust did at first. So I'm really interested to see more about that. I'm honestly really glad it's not more Locusts we're fighting. I'm glad it's something totally different.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were bummed that it's not Marcus Phoenix again, and to me, as like a longtime fan, I'm not really too concerned about that, because I feel like it's the setting is much of is just the same as Phoenix in terms of like.
Yeah, the addition of a new face, I think, will rejuvenate the franchise.
I think so
a bit.
too.
Because like Marcus Phoenix, I know he's a beloved character. A lot of people really like him, but the issue you run into is stagnation of the game franchise when you just have the same character over and over and over again, especially in one that's so focused on multiplayer. So, and if it's not really, it's more about the Gears of War franchise is more about what's going on in the world, like the actual war, rather than a character story. So, like for example, Uncharted, I don't think they'll ever replace Nathan Drake. They may. If they do that, that'd be cool. But it's probably
they're supposed to after this, after 4. But
it would be cool. But that's more of a character driven story. And I'm not saying that Gears of War isn't. It's just more so focused on the actual war.
And then like kind of bouncing off that, like Phoenix is in this. You just wouldn't play as him, which is perfect to me. I think that's exactly how it should be. You know, it just seems like it's all shaping up to how it really should be. I don't know. So far, I would say, in terms of like marketing for a game, whatever, that's probably the best trailer I've seen all year. We're obviously it's way too early to call anything since big announcements like E3 and stuff haven't happened. But I went from being very, very low key about Gears of War 4 to being like, I just cannot wait to see more about it and see what that's all about. And
I'm the exact same.
Yeah,
because I haven't played any of the games since the first one. I played a little bit of the third one, I believe, but it was just like at a friend's house.
Yeah, and even then you can see that it by that point it was, while the third one did have some really like some touching like some sad moments, there was it was like very strongly an action game.
Yeah,
and hopefully now the focus will be back to the original. It looks like it's very well shaping up to be that way.
It's really difficult not to make comparisons between Gears of War and the Resistance franchise.
Okay.
The Resistance Fall of Man franchise, whereas Resistance is like a first-person shooter. It still kind of has that.
They're both bleak, and it's like
they both have that really like
setting.
bleak, like dystopian-esque setting. And I hope. Because with Resistance, I will go down in history as being like the guy who's like, I want us to lose in Resistance. I want humanity to lose. Like I wanted us to just get wiped out in the Resistance series. Because their first game was called Resistance: Fall of Man. Like I was like, oh please.
So they just lied to us.
Yeah, I was like, so humanity ends up winning anyways. But and Gears of War, I was kind of the same way, but at the same time, I kind of not. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm really interested to see what the enemies are. Like, are they just like the corpses of the locusts? That
they kind of just seem. You get a glimpse at one in last year's E3 trailer. There's like a 6-minute demo, and it was basically this. Kind of like a lizard mixed with like a armadillo-looking really weird thing, and it kind of just looks like an alien. Like not really locust-y, but still alien in nature, I guess.
I think that'd be cool if they were like, the only reason that they're there is because they were like afraid of the locusts or something. So they're just like, hey, shit, now it's time.
Now they're out.
Over.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. I don't know. I'm interested to say the least to see what goes on, because when I first heard they were making a new Gears of War game, I was like, great, fighting more locusts. Goody.
More the same. I can see that for sure.
But now that they're introducing like new enemies and a new character, and it really seems like they're changing a lot of the game, I'm more on board.
Yeah, definitely. There's I don't know. I think it must all be run by the same person, but whoever's marketing all these new Microsoft games, doing a really, really good job. But my only complaint is that they've kind of all fallen along the same pattern where, like Tomb Raider, it was, edited great, and everything looked awesome, but it had like kind of a mellow song playing in the background, and they do that for every single one of these trailers. It's like really well edited, it doesn't reveal too much. And then they have like Quantum Break, they did like this really solemn cover of Nirvana's "Come As You Are." It's just
remember that. Yep.
And so they all kind of follow the same pattern. It's strange that I'm fully aware of it, but it still kind of grips me the same amount. So I think they're doing a really good job with just marketing games.
Yeah, they are. And it's really weird because I've seen a recent surge in sequels. There's a big emphasis on the characters' like upbringing, like their childhood. It was that way with the first Tomb Raider. It was that way, but it was a reboot. So it was that way with the first Tomb Raider. It was that way with Uncharted 3. And it's that way with this new one because there's the whole sequence where he was like with Marcus Phoenix. Marcus Phoenix was like carrying that tree or whatever, and they carved the name in and whatever. So, I mean, it's really interesting mechanic. I can tell that there's like, oh, it's supposed to play to like the death of innocence and blah blah blah. I'm like,
right.
I'm okay with it still.
Yeah.
Even
I wonder if in the game there will be because 3 kind of messed with flashbacks a little bit. So I wonder if in 4 maybe there will be some flashbacks where you figure out how Marcus Phoenix got from at the end of 3 to where it is now, because that's a long time. Maybe that trailer is kind of evidence that's hinting towards like how the story will flow.
Yeah, it's I'm interested to say the least. I'm really interested.
Yeah. So all in all, great trailer.
It was a good trailer.
Awesome.
It was a very good trailer.
All right. Well, you heard it here. We dig it. Thanks for watching, guys.